How we doing today, man? Unfortunately, I'm not pranking out today. I had a really bad day. Lost 150, 151. Just a never-ending battle on this account to just get anywhere. So I say at the beginning so that you imbeciles that, not most of you guys, but some of you guys that just say, oh, your losing day is always bigger. Why is that? Why? Because we took 4 trades. And we lost all 4 of them. We didn't win a single trade. And on this day, we took 1 trade. So that's how you have bigger losing days. I just, for people that don't understand how anything works, right? Because it's annoying. Honestly, where did things go wrong? Things went wrong whenever I missed out on this short, even though it didn't really go for forever. I wanted to take this 3-minute, kind of just hesitated, and I clicked my mouse and just didn't really, I guess I missed it, whatever. I'm not going to make any excuses, but it ran for 50 points, and I would have hit the break-even point, and I would have probably gotten something from this trade, but I didn't take it. So then what did I do? Honestly, I need to go and look back because I couldn't even tell you what happened today. I could, but, let's see how things got to where they did and how we lost. Yeah, man. So we took this 1-minute fair value inversion right here. And this trade, if we actually look at the chart, right, that 1-minute inverse that we took right here, boom. It actually would have held this fair value gap if we had our stop below this low. We would have actually gotten to our break-even point. We would have been break-even on this trade. You live and you learn, right? But where did I put my stop loss? I put it right at that order block low, and it just came down and got me. So instantly lose there. I was frustrated because we instantly put in an SMT. As soon as we got that inverse on, when did we get that? 1023. 1023 was right here. And then we instantly hit the highs. We instantly put an SMT and sold off because of that. And then we instantly ran up again on my next trade. Where was my next trade? My next trade was pretty trash. My next trade was a long because we inversed this 1-minute gap. And I should have gone break even at this high. I did. I ended up going break even whenever. Yes, we made another SMT. I waited, and then we took out the high, so I went break even. Unfortunately, I didn't make anything from this trade. I should have been able to say, okay, cool, I'm going to step away now. In the day, down 75 and not do any more damage. But I go back in for a short. Why? Well, I was just like, oh, cool, we've been going up all day. Surely we'll get some sort of retracement, even though we were clearly bullish. And we got change of state delivery, and then we eventually get a inversion. So I'm like, cool, I'll take this, and I'll let the risk play out. And I'll target lower because we haven't rebalanced at all yet. It starts working, and then instantly turns against me, and then we close it out. And then I don't record the rest, but I end up taking I don't even know what to call it, but a dumb long right here and just get stopped out for the remainder of my balance. Could have walked away with a $114 loss. Instead, we want to throw $35 into the fire. Just something that I do every single time, which I need to stop. But, today was one of those days where it's just as soon as we rip up like this and we hit this high, I should just turn my chart off. I don't need, that's the hardest thing for me to figure out how to get through my skull, which is I'm trying so hard to become profitable and to consistently make money and to consistently do better that it's just to my own detriment, right? I don't need to trade every day. This is a day where there's no good opportunities in the market, right? Because we get a ridiculous move off open, 300 points straight up, right? We'd run all of the targets. We're not going to have efficient price action after this. We're not going to have really good moves, and I know that. But what do? Oh my gosh, I missed out today. I need to get something, right? I need to try and make something, and then we end up having a day like this, and it happens so often. It's not even funny. It's genuinely just it's just it's so repetitive at this point, but it's just that's trading, right? That's how we learn these lessons. Is doing it over and over. Why did I make mistakes today? Because I wanted to make money. I wanted to make money. I wanted to have a winning day. I wanted to have, you know, get my balance closer to even. I wanted to get my, buffer built up, right? I wanted all these different things. And then you start to lose sight of what you're actually doing, what actually matters in trading. And you start getting whipsawed, man. I just got whipsawed like crazy today. Which is just very unfortunate because it really could have just been an easy day to not trade and to just come back the next day. It is NFP week. Right here, right away, as soon as I see this price action, I should be done. I should be done for the day. I shouldn't look for anything. This is after 10 anyways. This is like, especially when I miss this, I don't get involved. This is a nice short just because we literally haven't rebalanced at all. We get a perfect inversion. This is textbook. Sweep out the highs, get an inversion, 50 points, easy, right? I should be done after that. I shouldn't even consider anything. Look at what I lose in, right? This is when I lose. This type of price action. This type of price action here is when I'll lose. I don't lose when it's like this, right? And I need to be. It's not that I don't. It's not even that I don't recognize these things live. It's that I choose to ignore them. I choose to ignore what I know right from wrong because of emotion, of greed, of wanting to make money. Because why? Why do I want to make money? Because I want to prove that I can. Because I want to prove that I'm consistent. Because I want to, prove myself that I can make money and that I can do this and that it actually works and that all these different things. Because I have so much doubt and so much fear and so much anxiety about will this work, right? Will this work? Will this work for me? Will I be able to do it? So every single day, if I don't find a trade or if I don't win, it feels like, okay, I need to try and find something. I need to try and do something so I can, have a winning day so I can feel good about myself, so I can feel good about the journey, so I can feel like I'm making improvement. So what ends up happening is you have days like this where you get chopped up in bad quality, right? In bad quality setups, bad quality trades. And you know better, right? Live time, this isn't a great setup, but right? I know this isn't a good setup to take. I know this is this is not even a good inversion setup. But I convinced myself that, we swept the low in a 15-minute fair value gap. We held this bullish gap. We came up. We stalled around here, held this tiny bullish gap, made an order block. We have a fair value gap protected now. Cool, I'm going to get in here. I convinced myself it was a good setup when we hadn't rebalanced yet to equilibrium. We didn't get what we needed to see yet. We hadn't rebalanced it to equilibrium, not even close. We haven't swept this low yet. We haven't pulled back much. Right? I know better live time. But what happens? I convince myself. Take the trade. It will work, right? It can work. If we get break even, at least we tried something. At least we spotted a good trade. At least we read where the market was going. I read where the market was going just fine, right? To this high, but that doesn't mean that this entry is valid. It doesn't mean that just because we were going here doesn't mean that I need to get in right here. And that's something that I make that mistake so often. And it's annoying because today the volatility was up, right? So recently I've had stop losses that were 18 points and my take profit was like 40 points. Today my first stop loss was close to 40 points. And that's really frustrating because that's why it's so hard to risk one micro every time. Because that's also another reason why my wins are sometimes smaller than my losses, because some days the volatility isn't as hectic. Right? This wasn't super, super crazy, but we took a 35-point stop, right? That's like 70-something bucks. Right? Like, sometimes my take profit is 70 bucks. And there's nothing you can do about that because it's just the candle size. But that's, again, another thing that's making it harder to trade for me. So, it's annoying, but I'm not negative. It's always about staying positive, about looking forward to the next opportunities that we can have. But it's a little disheartening, man. That's the word for it. It's just disheartening. Just a little wrench in the plan. It's just annoying, man. It's frustrating because it appears, or if you would read my comment section, you would just assume that trading is just so easy. And you would assume that, that everybody's winning. right? And I know that's not the case. I know everyone's not winning. I know it's hard. I know whatever, blah, blah, blah. It takes time, all this stuff. But it just is, I'm so sick and tired of it not working for me, right? And it's not that it's not going to work for me. It's not that whatever. It's all determined by my decisions, my work, my everything, right? It's on me. It's on me to do better, right? I'm not I'm not throwing a wish in the well and hoping to become profitable. No, like I'm putting in work, I'm showing up, I'm trying. And I understand that, and that's how trading works. But it's just like I'm so tired of losing. I'm so tired of making this video. I'm so tired of all of it, right? Because this is just hard to do. This job, this thing is hard, man. It's so hard. So don't listen to people that tell you this stuff's easy. Don't listen to people that say, "Oh, it's so easy to follow your rules," right? You guys got to realize that being bad and undisciplined trading does not mean you're a bad person, right? Does not mean you're some idiot, right? It's so easy to correlate those things, correlate trading with your regular life, right? It's just a lack of trading discipline because we're doing stuff that's not natural for humans, which is taking on risk, which is not gambling. Obviously, if I thought trading was gambling, I wouldn't be trading, right? If I thought it was genuinely gambling. So don't come out in the comments saying trading not gambling, right? Trading is gambling in terms of you're risking money. You get that type of experience, right? Human nature isn't designed for us to be able to sustain gambling like things, right? It's just not sustained that way. It's against our nature. It's against our nature to not be impulsive. It's against human nature to trade, and that's why it's so hard. It's because you have to become closer to a robot, right? It's tough to trade. Point blank simple. I will get there, right? You will be able to get there. I promise you that. How long will it take? I don't know. That's another thing that's so hard about trading. It's that the words that you have to tell yourself, and you have to surrender your ego and say, I don't know. I don't know how long it will take me to succeed. I don't know when, but I know it's possible. I don't know how, but it's possible. And you have to believe that, and you have to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying because you don't know when. You don't know how. If I would just stick to taking the clear and obvious setups, I wouldn't have touched a trade today. Or I would have won, right, on the 3-minute. Clear and obvious, singular inversion, sweeping a high, instant reaction. Boom, perfect. But I hesitate. I hesitated on this setup. I did. I didn't take it. I hesitated. And we would have had a great trade and we've been done. So then what happens after that? Oh, I'm not gonna hesitate again. I'm gonna get the next thing. I missed out on this, so I'm gonna get that. And you feel entitled. You feel like you need something. So then what happens? We don't get any clear setup. And even the setups that you did, if you managed it the way that inversion should be managed, we close above right here or right here, and we put a stop loss below here, and we get a close below, and we target, break even at this point, and we target higher. We're still technically holding it, but just junky, right? But we've been break even. But that's not even a clear and obvious setup. Why is it not a clear and obvious setup? Because there's no instantaneous. It takes like 9 minutes to get through here, right? And it doesn't have good risk to reward. And it doesn't have good potential because we're already so extended. If we just stick to the clear and obvious setups, we have a lot easier days. Just like yesterday. We should have had a great day yesterday. What happened yesterday? Another clear and obvious setup. What do we wait for here? We have an SMT at this low. This is in the PM session, so I didn't trade this, but I was looking back at it. What do we have? We have a singular fair value gap right here with 3 stacked highs. We get the fair value gap close. Boom. These are the trades that you want, man. You get in and look, no bottom wick even on that trade. Stop below the low, 29 points. Targeted 2R. 2R right there, hit. Right? You could target higher and it got everything you want. Everything and more, right? Everything and more right here. But you could target whatever you want, it hits. Because we have an SMT at the low. What else have we got? We got a 1 hour. We had a 1 hour volume imbalance, but we had also something else better. 30-minute. We had a 15-minute fair value gap, order block right here. Maybe even breaker. I'm not really sure. I think that's a breaker block. Right, we had everything you want, everything you could want right there, because you wait for a good setup. You wait for a big pullback instead of getting this choppy 20, 30 points, right? You wait for a big pullback, and then you get that V-shaped recovery out of it. Yesterday's actual trade that we took, or we could have taken, right? What do we do here? We wait for a higher time frame sweep. We wait for a good reaction. We get change of state delivery, pull back to a fair value gap. Perfect textbook setup. Right? What else do we have here today, or yesterday? We had this. We had an inversion, right? Clear, obvious inversion in a 15-minute fair value gap, sweeping the highs. When we had quad equal lows down here, we had all these equal lows right here. Boom, you get in the trade right there. Stop above this high, you let it play out. Boom, you hit your trade. It's so simple. It's so clear. It's like whenever people are going to want to come in and tell you your strategy doesn't work or something doesn't work, I promise you, your stuff works. It's your errors. It's your errors. That's all it is. It's your decision making. It's your button clicking. It's all on you. It's all on you. It's all on me. I'm the one holding myself from succeeding because I'm not taking only the obvious steps. I'm forcing setups too much. I'm worried about the money too much. I'm trying to prove to myself so much that I'm profitable that I fail every single time. Right? Why is this going to be the setup that works right here? Why is this? Look, I'm going to show you guys. This is so simple. This is so simple. Why is this going to now be the short that works? Well, because we have all this low resistance liquidity. So what are we going to get? We're going to short this change of state delivery or inversion fair value gap, whichever one happens first. It does not matter to me. Watch how this works. Watch how this works, guys. And then we're going to end the video here. But, dude, it's just like, you know, why does this work? Because I wasn't trying to take anything here. I wasn't looking for anything. I was waiting. And I haven't even taken the trade yet. So I'm saying it's going to work. But, you know, we haven't taken any of that. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. Let's see if it even triggers anything valid, right? 2 minutes still got to close. 1 minute didn't close, right? We didn't get the change of state, so there's no trade yet, right? But if we do get that, I'm ridiculously confident that we perform all the way down to these lows or very well. Why? Because we have more reason to, right? We could just be really, really bullish, and that could be the case. But I believe this low resistance liquidity will get ran. Where would you go break even? You go break even right here. You go break even there because all these lows get ran. So let's see if we get the 2 minute. If not, then we'll just close this video and we don't take a trade. But it's so easy when you just wait for things to be painfully obvious. This inversion will be painfully obvious with low resistance liquidity built up. This is painfully obvious. Hopefully we get it and then we can just manage it and just see. Maybe it doesn't actually work that well, but this is a painfully obvious setup. This is a setup that you'd want to lose on, right? I was losing on setups that you don't want to lose on. So we got it right here. It didn't get the change of state delivery, which is the only thing that I don't like, is because it didn't close back below here. So it could just be generating more low resistance liquidity, but I do think in the next few candles we should. We're also in the macro. That's also another thing. We had 11 o'clock. We didn't put a wick on 11, so that's also sketchy, right? I don't really love this yet. You'd really want the change of state delivery, but this is just for example. But this trade is a better loss than anything else we've taken, right? Why was this trade also not very good? It's against the actual trend. Obviously, I expect us to have some sort of retracement because we're just going up and up and up and up and up. But you can't deny the actual trend, right? Sometimes the market just continues climbing and there's nothing you can do about it. So we'll see how this goes. You'd go break even here. So I would scale 2 off right there at the end of this like low resistance liquidity run. I would actually scale like 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 here. And then let's see if that's at least a 1R, because you don't want to scale if it's not. Bet you could get away with your stop loss being like here. I mean, doesn't really matter. I'm going to leave at the high just to do. And then 1 to 1. 1 to 1's here. So you could actually go break even at this low and take a profit there, which we are. But doesn't look like it's going to work. Why? Because we didn't get this change of state delivery. Market has not flipped order flow yet. We just had an inversion. Tapping this 1 minute fair value gap now. Let's see how that reacts. Probably won't keep this video going because there's no real need. It'd probably stop me out anyways because, again, we're fighting the overall trend. But this would be a much better. I would much rather lose on this trade than any of the trades I lost on today. Genuinely much rather lose. Because there's actual something clear-ish, right? So this trade is not going to play out in our favor, which is cool, man. But enough of that BS. Enough of just talking, right? That's where we're at, man. We lost again. And what am I going to do? I'm going to change. I'm not going to change nothing. I'm going to try and get better. But what am I going to do? I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to quit everything I've been learning. I'm just going to show up tomorrow, and I'm going to try and do better. That's all we can do, man. And it's frustrating because I want to make these videos. I want something new and exciting to talk about. I want to talk about getting my payout. I want to talk about copy trading. I want to talk about all these fun things that the guys that are actually doing it do. I want to do all that stuff, man. I want to do that for you guys on YouTube so that, I can be some actual motivation, and I can motivate you guys for real and show you guys that's actually possible. That's what my goal is. But I can't do that for you guys yet. I can't do it for you yet. And that's all right. I mean, it's annoying because my content is so repetitive and stale and boring and just the same thing every single day, it seems. But it's just what it is, man. I'm documenting, I'm building this channel, and I'm documenting everything. And sometimes this is just part of it. It's just part of it. I promise if your favorite influencer posted everything like I did from the start and posted it authentically and transparent, his journey would look similar. Maybe it would be quicker, maybe it would be better, maybe it would be whatever. But it would look similar at the beginning. The first year would look like this, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. So, again, man, it frustrates me because I'm with you guys, man. I'm tired of this as well. I'm tired of these losses. I'm tired of all these things. I would love to make better content. I would love to make different content. But I can't. I just can't right now because this is where I'm at in my journey. So if it's repetitive, it's boring, I'm sorry. You can continue to watch if you want, but if you don't want to be here anymore because you don't want to keep watching me fail and do the same things, then I feel you, man. I 100% feel you. I don't want to feel like I'm wasting people's time, right? And that's what I feel like I'm doing sometimes on this channel, is just wasting people's time. But I have a mission, I have a goal, I have a dream, and I'm gonna make it happen. Right, I'm going to try and make it happen, and unfortunately, this is just where we're at in the journey, man. So, don't want to make it too long, man. I apologize yesterday for the April Fool's prank, but for all the people that like to see me lose, at least you guys get to see it the next day. And like I said, I will never clickbait, only April Fools. Be looking for next year, man. I'll do it again, right? Don't fall for it 2 years in a row. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys. On a serious note, I'm going to take some time off the charts, obviously, today, come back better. And the count's still here. We still have a drawdown. We still have time to go on this count, right? We still can make it happen. We still have about $538 of drawdown, so that's about 3 to 4 losing days, which hopefully don't happen. Hopefully we can build up the buffer. But we're not in a rush, man. We're not in a rush whatsoever. We're not worried at all. We're not rushing the process. We don't need to be Michael Jordan of trading tomorrow. We just need to be a little bit better than we were yesterday. So, am I frustrated? Of course, like always. But, yeah, man. That's why we put the safety net in place. That's why we have the $150 loss limit there, so that we keep this account. I promise you this account would have been blown 100 times already. And we have, I don't even know how many trading days we have on it. We have about number of trades all time. Let's see. All time. January 1st till March, April. We have 62 total trade, 11 active days. Oh no, that's on one day. Why does it not tell me, man? How many trading days do I have? Does it really not tell me, dude? We have a lot of trading days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 42, 43, 44. I don't think that's accurate, but let's just speed it. 1 or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's just say 20 there. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. We have like almost 50 trading days on this account. I promise you this account would be blown on this day, 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 right, if we didn't have this feature. That's all I was trying to make the point of. But I will see you guys in the next one, man. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, man, look at the type of days that we lose on. When we're trading in this price action right here, this is when we lose, right? We lose trading when we're trading in this type of price action right here. That's when we lose, right? So we got to learn how to avoid it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.